Hi everyone, this is Seoul Tarot. Today I'm going to show you all the tarot decks I've got. I will talk about when I use them, why I love them, and why I bought them in the first place. So these are my personal thoughts and opinions rather than just factual information. So this video will be a bit more relaxed, long and chatty, not like my pick a card readings where I try to be more concise and to the point. So just get comfy and enjoy. I don't actually have that many tarot decks, only 16 in total, except this little one. Most of them are Rider-Waite based, and I've got even more oracle decks. So if you are interested, stay tuned for part 2, my oracle and other divination decks collection. So let's get started. So these are all of my Rider-Waite tarot decks. The first one I want to show you is the Universal Waite Tarot, because this is the very first deck that I've ever bought. I trimmed the borders, that's why it looks like this. Honestly, it looks so much better without the borders. You can see the image more clearly. I really love the soft pencil drawings and pastel tones. It feels like a fairy tale book. You know, I would go as far as to say this is the most beautiful deck in the world to me. It's whimsical, magical, dreamy. It's just perfect for me. The only thing is, I can't use this deck anymore because the edges are so sharp now. Once I shuffle it, I'm done for the day. I can't even use other decks because it cuts my hand so badly. It's such a shame. The next one is the Rider Tarot deck that comes in the yellow box. If you look at the image, it's so harsh, so it gives off that raw, bold and honest energy. It's like a straight shooter, you know, but I wouldn't call it pretty, but it's so cool and edgy. Like if you look at the figures, they look yellow and orange and red. Doesn't make sense. But that's what makes it beautiful. I love it. It gives me so clear and straightforward readings every time. I can't live without it. And the cardstock's really good. They are very plasticky, so it's very sturdy. Shuffle like butters. But because I use them so much, it's so beat up, so it gives it some character. I love this. And the next one is Radiant Waite Tarot. The name speaks for itself because the colors are so vivid. Everything just pops, so you can see every detail so clearly. So it's so easy to read. It's just no-brainer. Yeah, I reach out for them so much. I use this for my own readings and my client readings. Yeah, these two, I use them so much. That's why I don't have the boxes anymore. So I keep them in these bags. I really love this bag. They are so matching. It's so satisfying. Yeah, I mean, there are other classical Rider-Waite tarot decks out there, but because they have their own personalities, each one of them, yeah, that's why I really love them so much. It's like personal, you know. So speaking of the classical deck, this is the Smith-Waite Tarot deck, the Borderless edition. It looks so elegant and classic on camera. That's why I love using this in my pick a card readings. And it gives me such a truthful and trustworthy reading too. So what they did is they extended the artwork to feel where the borders used to be. So it looks so natural and proportions are on point, even without the borders, you know. So yeah, the cardstocks is very matte, so it's really easy to shuffle as well. Yeah, I have no complaint about this. This is also, I mean, all of this except for this, they are from the US games, and they have really good cardstocks. So this one is Radiant White Spirit Tarot deck from Scarabeo. That comes in this luxurious box with this nice lid. So this is also borderless as well. So yeah, these images are so clear. Yeah, it has this warm and burnt tone, so it gives off that autumn and winter vibes. It's a gorgeous deck, but what they did is they just stretched the image horizontally, so the figures are wider than normal. I think that's why I don't really love this. It's not my style. It's not my aesthetic, you know. But I can't let go of this because it gives me so accurate readings. Yeah, the card feels very luxurious as well. And the last one is like a bonus one. This is a tiny universal Waite tarot in a keychain. It's so cute. And this is probably the tiniest card in the world. If you look at the image, the printing is so clear. It's so crisp for the size. I bought this because I want to be able to carry a deck all the time with me. So they are in my bag all the time. Yeah, anywhere I go, whenever I want to pull the cards, I pick this up. But the thing is, it's so small. It's so easy to drop as well. So it's not as practical as I hoped. But what I do when I'm at home is I put this in this glass box and then scramble them to mix it and pull some cards like that. Yeah, there are many different ways to use this because they are so tiny. It's not as practical, but I love the idea of having universal Waite tarot deck because I really love the image. Yeah, they are all of my Rider-Waite tarot decks. This is one of my favorite and the most used decks, and it is called So Below Tarot from the Book of Shadow. Look how worn out the box is. So I can't really use the box anymore, so I keep this in this bag. So you can get As Above and So Below in a set, but I don't really resonate with the other one, so I just bought this. This is a modern deck, and this is my favorite modern deck actually because of the style. I mean, I really like the clothes they are wearing. I would wear them myself, you know. It's so 90s. Yeah, I think this is the perfect reflection and manifestation of the tarot in the real world. Actually, this is based on paganism, but you don't have to be a pagan to resonate with this. Yeah, it's just so like realistic. It's like everyday life kind of style. And also, they have like some magical beings in the card. So if you look at this, like there are some fairies here. So it's not only practical but also magical. Yeah, very interesting deck. This is my aesthetic too. I really love the art style. And like it gives me some different kinds of interpretation of the cards, but also it's easy to read because it follows the Rider-Waite tradition. I really love how she layer her tops like this. It's so beautiful. Yeah, my only complaint is the cardstock. It's very papery, but it's okay. Oh, I really love her style too. Yeah, I would love to have some better version of this, like borderless and better cardstock. Yeah, look at the fairies comforting her. So lovely. Yeah, so this is my favorite modern deck. And look at the Hermit. I don't really like Hermit in general, but I really like this particular card. So this is one of my go-to decks, Ethereal Visions Tarot from US Games, that comes in this really nice box, sturdy, durable box. I use them so much, but I can still keep this box because of that. It has really nice box like this, in a muted pastel tone, beautiful. And it's Art Nouveau style artwork. And it has really nice muted pastel tones. I love it so much. It has gold foil stamping, which makes it more luxurious and elegant. What's interesting about this card is none of the card really stands out on its own, but when you layer them like this, it looks so beautiful and harmonious. I think that's why it goes well with any kind of oracle decks and looks so elegant and gorgeous on camera. I think that's why I really love using this for my pick a card readings. So because of this like gentle soft artworks, it also gives me the same kind of energy when I read them. So I tend to read them more positively than the other decks. I have other like straight shooters and direct decks, but sometimes you want to see more positive side of the same situations. Sometimes you need the comfort, so I like it. Yeah, the card stock's really matte and really nice. It's more thinner side, more papery, but it's not just paper. I don't know how to explain. It's matte but very nice. It shuffles really beautifully. I really like aces here. It captures the element perfectly of each suit. Yeah, it has 2 additional cards to the major like this. They are very beautiful, and I appreciate why they added them and all, but I don't use them at all because they kind of dilute the meaning of the tarot if I add them. Because to me 78 cards are just perfect for the tarot deck, so I don't use them. But I really love these tarot decks. I love these 2 of Cups. They are so beautiful. I don't like pip decks in general. I can't read pip decks. Doesn't really speak to me. But this particular card is perfect. It's just perfect on its own with the symbols and all. So yeah, it's beginner friendly, easy to read, Rider-Waite style. And it doesn't have any diversity, but it's understandable. It's Art Nouveau style, so And oh, what is it? So yeah, when it comes to Rider-Waite tarot, Rider-Waite style, I don't mind too much about diversity. But when it comes to modern deck, yes, it has to be diverse, of course. But yeah, anyway, I love this deck, and I would love to read the new guidebooks that they have in the new edition. I'm jealous, but what can I do? Maybe one day I will have a chance. And this is another most used and trusted deck in my collection. It is Bianco Nero Tarot. And it is black and white deck, and it is inspired by woodcut. That's why you can see these beautiful textures here. This is my only black and white deck because I rely on colors to help me visualize and read intuitively. But this particular one doesn't need color because it has really nice contrast and beautiful line work, so it makes everything come alive. So it's still full of energy. And the artwork is very sharp and stylish as well, so it makes it my another straight shooter. Doesn't sugarcoat anything. And also it has really mysterious energy. So if I want to go deeper into like subconscious levels, this is so useful, because often like we are in the dark, you know, about someone else's feelings or hidden intention and things like that. So this kind of energy fits perfectly with those kind of really deep readings, because like when it comes to like subconscious levels, often we don't even know what we feel about something like subconsciously. So yeah, it's just, you know what I mean? It's so mysterious, and it fits perfectly. Like, what can I say more? Yeah, I really love this like kind of artwork, because the people here are so good looking. I mean, I enjoy this kind of aesthetic. Yeah, for some reason, I know this is like traditional, like Rider-Waite style deck, but for some reason, it gives me some like modern vibes. Maybe because of how stylish the artwork is. So yeah, another very beautiful deck. Next one is one of my oldest decks. It is Llewellyn's Classic Tarot. It comes in a really big yellow box, but I left it back home in Korea because it was just too bulky and unnecessary. But yeah, it comes with this really nice guidebook. They are very easy to read and easy to remember. It has everything like keywords, reverse symbolism, and a little bit of interpretations, even for the minor. So if you are still learning, it would be the perfect deck for you. And it has a really great back design. So beautiful, classic lilies and roses in this gorgeous blue. So I saw this first on one of my favorite tarot readers on YouTube. She doesn't do it anymore, which is a shame, but when I first saw her shuffling this card on camera, I knew I had to get it because yeah, it's just so beautiful. But when I actually looked at the actual card, I was a little bit, oh okay, that's not what I saw, but it's because it was very comical. I mean, it is very Rider-Waite Smith style, so it's really easy to read. But when I first saw those faces, like I was like, oh, okay, should I buy them? But I still bought them because there was something about it. Because they are so comical and like cartoony, sometimes it almost feels like it's animated, you know, like sometimes I feel like they are moving even. And that's what makes it so easy to read. And when I do readings with this card, the meaning tends to be less serious, even the situation is not so great, like you can see the brighter side. And sometimes you just need humor and some brightness. So this is really useful in that way. And yeah, it's just no-brainer as well. Speaks to me very clearly. I don't really use this as often as I used to. I used this so much in the beginning of my tarot journey, but not anymore. Maybe because it's not exactly my aesthetic, but yeah. And it's very, the cardstock is very flimsy, but I don't really have problem shuffling and everything. And yeah, I want to show you my favorite card here. Where is it? Yeah, the star card. I think she's so beautiful. And if you look at the star, it almost looks like it is like shining brightly. You can almost see it moving. I don't know about you, but to me, like, it's so great. I don't know how to explain. And she, yes, she's white with blonde hair or whatever. She reminds me of myself. I don't know why. Like, she's white, like nothing, she has nothing to do with me, but her body shapes and the posture and everything, her energy just reminds me of myself. I don't know, that's why every time I see this card, it makes me so happy. Of course, I'm pregnant now. I have really big belly, but yeah, it's not nice to see like yourself in the card. But anyway, yeah, not the most used card anymore, but definitely a safe in my collection. And I think I should start using this more often because now I realize I've missed it. But yeah, Llewellyn's Classic Tarot. The next one is my only indie deck. It is the Wheel of Fortune Tarot, which I bought from an Etsy shop. And this is a stunning deck. Look at this art. It is, I think they are oil paintings because you can see the brush strokes like that. And it almost feels like each card actually feels like a piece of art. And it reminds me of the Monet, you know, the Impressionist artist, which I really love. And it also like give off this fairy tale style, like a storybook. But it has more mature energy compared to the Universal Waite. I'm not saying one is better than the other, but it's just different. It's also dreamy and magical, whimsical, which I really love. But also like, look at this. Yeah, it's so impressionist style, isn't it? And because it has very intense energy, I know they follow the traditional Rider-Waite tradition and the symbolism, but if you look at this card, it gives off this intense energy than just regular Rider-Waite style tarot, which makes you able to read intuitively. Yeah, and yeah, I think it's such a stunning deck. It's worth every penny because yes, I know it's an indie deck and it's a little more expensive. Maybe actually it's like twice the cost of a regular mass market deck. But if you look at other like independent decks, there are some of them are very expensive. But this one, at least when I bought it, it was not too pricey. But I think they put up the price a little bit. But I think they are still worth the money. But yeah, it's so beautiful. I think, you know what? I think she's an Asian woman, which I really appreciate. Like they, except her, all of them are like white, but she is definitely Asian to me. But which I really, yeah, I think we need more Asian representation in tarot or oracle cards, because I see other like what is called like diverse cards. But then I say, oh, okay, you have only 2 races and you call it diverse, but you know, like it's alright, like if it's Rider-Waite style, because yeah, that's like how it was made in the beginning. So like, okay, fine. But if you wanna call it diverse, at least you need to have some Asian people. But anyway, it's just, I think, just common sense, but so beautiful. Yeah, I just love using this card. It looks so gorgeous and elegant on camera as well, and it's easy to read. So yeah, the cardstock is so luxurious, like it's thick, soft, easy to shuffle, like don't have any complaint. I don't even mind the edge here. Normally I really don't like it, but like somehow it looks so good with the artwork. It's like a picture frame, you know. But yeah, one of my most used and favorite cards, the Wheel of Fortune Tarot. And this is another one of my earliest decks, Angel Tarot cards by Radleigh Valentine. It originally came out with Doreen Birch's name on it as well, but she decided to leave tarot community and made a really loud exit and all. I bought this right after she announced that change. That's why my copy doesn't have her name on it. But yeah, as soon as I saw this card and the name, I immediately felt drawn to it because I have a personal relationship with angels. I'm not talking about Christian angels or archangel or something, because I'm not Christian and I don't know much about them. I mean, I respect every religion, but yeah, I'm just not religious. But yeah, I think the box are really beautiful and magical, and it suits perfectly with the card itself. I really like the silver edging. I really like silver. Yeah, this deck has different names for each suit, so it's very interesting and gives you different kinds of perspectives when you read it. Yeah, also they have different names for some of the major arcana cards, which is very interesting. And there's a lot going on in each card, and they have like some magical beings like unicorn, fairies, dragon, mermaids, you name it. I think it's beautiful. But yeah, it's really busy, so you have to sit with it when you read it, especially if you want to read intuitively. But I still think it's a beginner friendly deck because they have like different color coding for each suit, and they have like keywords on each card, which is really helpful, especially when you are stuck. But yeah, it's diverse as well. They have Asian people, which I always appreciate. So yeah, at one point I just felt called to really study this deck. So of course I read the guidebook through when I first bought this, but then I started to study really religiously because he released the audiobook. I think it's available on Audible or something. So I listened to that audiobook twice, and so I started to feel really connected to this deck and used this quite often. But then I stopped because some of the male figures throw me off. I mean, like, the female figures are all very beautiful, but they have like old men here, which I don't have any problem with whatsoever. But what's odd is they don't have old women. I don't know why. That's not fair. So, and I just, to be honest, I really didn't like some of their faces. Yeah, so that's why I almost rehomed this, but I'm really glad I didn't, because yeah, I think it's so magical and peaceful. Yeah, it reads really peacefully and magically. And yeah, I think it's very classic, maybe because it's maybe was released a long time ago. Yeah, I know he has lots of other angel tarot cards, but this one is classic. I'm really glad I got this one. Yeah, so this is Angel Tarot cards by Radleigh Valentine. It's from Hay House, by the way. And this is another Radleigh Valentine deck, Guardian Angel Tarot cards, that originally came with the Doreen name on it, but it was available when I first started, like widely available, but I didn't buy it because I saw it was too soft and too positive. But look at the back, it's so beautiful. Western people call it like grandma deck. I really understand completely because it's really comforting and classic. So yeah, I saw it was, oh, maybe if I start with this, it might be too easy and I wouldn't learn much about it, about tarot in general. And I just talked to the traditional images and traditional Rider-Waite decks, which I'm glad I made that choice. But then a few years later, I started to feel like strong pull towards a lot of Doreen Virtue's decks, because you know, life can get really hard and sometimes you need comfort. The delivery really matters. I just realized it because I bought this when I was going through a lot of changes in my personal lives. So yeah, I thought I really needed comfort and I was gonna use it only for myself. But then I just realized it's a really good deck for anyone. It's not much about prediction. It's more about like guidance or advices, but it's still good. You can still use it as tarot cards, but what I do with this card is I pull just one card and read the message, and sometimes I read the guidebooks as well, because it always helpful. The guidebook itself, which has really nice shimmering effect, it's such a lovely deck. But yeah, it's just an extension of the text here on card. But what I really like about this, they also have like additional meanings of this card. So it's really helpful. It gives you like different kinds of idea of how to interpret the card. Yeah, so to me, it says Guardian Angel Tarot cards, but it doesn't really seem angelic to me. It's more earthy, which I really like. But yeah, they have like angel images and stuff, but still it's very earthy and nice. It gives you such a comfort and peaceful energy when you read with this card. And you don't really need to know too much about tarot, so it's completely beginner friendly. But yeah, I really enjoy the artwork and like how they put the image up here and really lengthy text down here. I think it's just perfect. It's like it almost looks like a it looks like a storybook, yes, and also looks like a postcard as well. So I think it's, yeah, so lovely. Yeah, I bought this after it went out of print a few years ago. So I bought this secondhand, which was really pricey, but no regret at all. I'm really glad I got this. It feels like I really need this in my collection, even if I don't use that like too often. Sometimes I just pull this card for myself, and I also like to use this in my pick a card readings because they are so beautiful and comforting and classic, so it goes well with a lot of oracle cards. Yeah, and it has gold edging, which really matches well with the card itself. I don't really like gold, but I don't really mind this particular edging. Yeah, it's a Guardian Angel Tarot card. I think it should still be available on like second-hand website. Even they even have like Doreen virtue name on it, but I just didn't mind any kind of boxes. So yeah, so this is one of my favorite, actually, I would say. Next one is Heaven and Earth Tarot from Los Scarabeo, which came in with this huge magnetic box with a really nice guidebook. It's a hit and miss, but yeah, it's still very nice. So it's a very dark deck and also very masculine, maybe because the artist is a guy. Yeah, it's very dark, so it's really hard to see on camera sometimes, but it's very beautiful. It's like 3D artwork. It feels like you are playing a fantasy game or something. I bought this after I met my husband, because I knew this existed before, and I saw, oh, okay, this is another fancy version of Waite Tarot. But look at this, like, he looks so much like my husband, especially when he's sleeping, like his nose, like his hair. I mean, my husband has red hair, but even his hands look like my husband. But anyway, I didn't know this card before I bought this. And so yeah, after I met husband, he was playing a lot of like video games, especially the Call of Duty. He doesn't play fantasy games. I don't know why I felt drawn to this card after I met him. So yeah, and then after I bought this, I realized there is my husband card in this deck, and it was very interesting. So because it gives off such a like masculine and dark energy, I use this for my client, especially when I want to look into what another person thinks about my client, or feels about my client, because it can also go into subconscious levels because it's very dark. Yeah, it's easy and no-brainer deck as well, but it's just hard to see on camera. That's why I don't use this on my pick a card readings too much. Yeah, I don't really use this for myself, maybe because I know it's like my husband card, but I don't really need to know about what he thinks, because most of the time I know. But yeah, it's beautiful. Some of the figures are very attractive as well. Yeah, they are all white, but it's fine. It's Rider-Waite Smith. Yeah, so this is Heaven and Earth Tarot. It's very glossy and it shuffles really well, and because I really don't like to carry this huge bag with me whenever I need the cards, I keep this in this really beautiful bag pouch. That's from Vanessa Bruno. I really love this brand. It's French fashion label, but I bought this secondhand, so it was really nice. And as soon as I saw this pouch, it reminds me of this deck. It fits really well together. So yeah, my husband card. And this deck just makes me so happy. It's such a lovely, cheerful and happy-go-lucky deck. Everyday Witch Tarot from Llewellyn. It's really cute and the name speaks for itself. This deck is like a storybook as well, but a fun, light-hearted one. Maybe more like preteen storybooks, you know. And the guidebook is amazing too. It tells you a story and is easy to read. You know, some tarot books can be really exhausting because of all the symbolism, but this one's simple and friendly. And still close to Rider-Waite while telling its own story, you know. So yeah, I saw it early in my tarot journey, and when I saw the back, the cat, the witch hat, the broom, and I thought, wow, how can it be any more witchy, you know? It's so adorable. Then I noticed it wasn't reversible, and because I was so strict about reversals back then, I didn't buy it. My first teacher, my first tarot teacher was amazing, but very strict. He's not psychic, but extremely logical. Always warning about wishful thinking. He said, if you want to read life properly, you must read reversals. And I understood that completely. It made sense to me. But the more I grew, the more I realized tarot is like life, and life has no fixed rules. You know, I studied chemistry. I've got chemistry degree, and that shaped how I think. You know, you can predict possibilities, but nothing is ever certain. And that's science in a nutshell, and that's life. So if tarot reflects life, you can't expect it to be rigid, you know? There is no one right way to read. So once I accepted that, I started to breathe easier, you know, literally. I started allowing myself to explore other decks. Before I only used my Rider-Waite style tarot, and I still have more oracle decks than tarot because I just Rider-Waite is almost enough for me. But yeah, anyway, but this deck was the one that made me relax and just enjoy tarot again, maybe for the first time. You don't have to be so serious all the time. That's what this deck teaches. It's okay to take tarot more lightly, but I'm glad, I'm grateful that I studied this hard way, because now I can appreciate and trust myself more. Another thing that stopped me before was the word witch. I don't consider myself a witch, but now I know being a witch isn't just about casting spells or being spooky. It's a way of seeing life. So when I bought this deck, I was really into that witchy, whimsical fashion. Now that I'm pregnant, I don't really experiment as much because some clothes don't fit. But I know it's temporary. I still try to enjoy clothes whenever I can. So when I read with this, the energy feels like sunshine, you know. Oh, I really love this card. I think this is maybe one of my favorite card in this deck, the Moon. Oh, so magical and dreamy. So yeah, when I read with this, it's like a sunshine. Sun is shining on me, like warm and happy, but still very magical like that. And I love how the characters are just obviously witch. They are witches, and you can't mistake them for anything else. It's not the most diverse deck, but that's okay because it feels like the story takes place in one particular world. It feels modern, but not quite, because I can't see any like technology, and they are wearing some medieval style clothes. So, but yeah, it doesn't gatekeep the witch energy. I think maybe one day I might call myself a witch properly when the time feels right. But this deck reminds me that the witchcraft isn't dark. It's about seeing magic in everyday life. So right now I'm pregnant, so I already have a toddler. So I'm gonna have like 2 boys soon. So my life is really hectic. So I'm not planning to buy more decks anytime soon. But studying this deck was pure joy. It was easy, uplifting, and full of color. It takes me back to when I was around 10, you know, still innocent, but already dreaming about magic and possibility. It feels like another universe of tarot, you know, unique with its own storytelling style. I think it's a perfect deck. Yeah, it might become one of my favorite, though I don't really feel a deeply personal connection just yet. It still reads beautifully. I use it mainly for pick a card reading, sometimes on TikTok, and for myself when I just want to see what's going on. It's easy to read, but doesn't really shy away from the truth. It's a multi-purpose deck, good for predictions, guidance, and advice. The cardstock is very flimsy, typical Llewellyn cardstock, but it sharpens really well, and it's not too big, so it's great. Yeah, this is the Professor Snape saying hi to you. Yeah, he looks so much like him. But yeah, yeah, I would use it for my clients if the question isn't too serious, which is rare. So yeah, I keep this in this pouch that I bought in an op shop in Australia. As soon as I saw this pouch, I knew it was meant for this deck. It's so witchy to me and matches perfectly. So yeah, a very adorable deck, Everyday Witch Tarot. And this deck I bought on a whim because of just one image. I fell in love as soon as I saw that. So I will show you what it is later when I saw it. But yeah, it's a romantic tarot from Scarabeo. Yeah, it's a classic deck. It features the old European cities. Yeah, it's set in the, oh, this is the card that sold me on the spot. Yeah, it's in Paris because it's metropolitan here. It's such a beautiful card. I really love the city Paris, my favorite, one of my favorite cities in the world. I like the vibes, the energy, the fashion, and everything about it. But anyway, yeah, it's a classic deck, and it captures the essence of romanticism perfectly. So each suit has different setting and art style. So I mainly use it for love readings, of course, and it interprets cards in unique ways. And the guidebook, like, it gives you like some interesting alternative perspectives. It's kind of right away, but not fully. Yeah, some cards you can tell clearly it's right away, but some cards you can't. Yeah, other card you think, oh, what is it, and you have to really sit with it and look at the image. And this is the one of the cards I still rely on the guidebook to interpret with. But yeah, you can still read intuitively because the images are very like expressive. It feels like you are flipping through a love story from centuries ago. Yeah, it's I don't know, I don't use it too often, but if you want to have some different ideas of interpreting the cards, I think it's a good deck to start, because it's very it's very interesting. Like, I almost want to show you, but like I'm not confident to capture that text clearly, and yeah, I don't want to make you bored or things. Oh, this is sun card. Look at this, so beautiful. Yeah, it's very romantic. I don't know, I have to really like study more to use it for my client readings, but yeah, maybe one day, but I don't know. I haven't used it quite often just yet. I only bought it like 1 or 2 years ago. But yeah, at one point I saw, oh, why did I buy it? But then I looked through the cards and it reminds me of why I fell in love, because they are so beautiful. It can sometimes be very dreamy as well, and brutal too. Oh, look at this, the Wheel of Fortune card. It's so romantic way of expressing the card. But yeah, I hope I can use it more confidently later on. But yeah, this is how it is for now. Romantic tarot card. So the last tarot deck I want to show you is Real Talk Tarot. It screams millennial. Look at this. The borders look like old iPhone screens from the early 2010s. It's modern and relatable deck. The characters look so millennial to me. I was born in 80s, so I can relate to them. Yeah, I really like how diverse it is. There are lots of Asian people, which I always appreciate. Different kinds of body types too. Yeah, it gives off such like 2010s and 2000s even energy. At first I really liked it, but later I found out there is a borderless version, borderless edition. So because I saw someone using it on YouTube, and so, oh, that's such a shame, I would love the borderless one, but it's still okay. Yeah, it's fun and cheeky, and gives honest readings without being too serious or too heavy. Yeah, there is a card that shows an Instagram feed even, so it's such a millennial deck. Yeah, I don't know, maybe because I prefer 90s aesthetic, I use my other modern deck a lot more often than this. So to be honest, I don't know what I'm doing with this deck and what is gonna happen. Yeah, but it's still cute and nice deck to have. But yeah, we'll see. Maybe if I do another deck collection video, you will know what is gonna happen.